got a chance.
Opportunity, promotion, blah, blah. You know, those are just words.
Words. All I have to offer is words. Just words.
Nobody cares.
Oh, no.
Nobody cares.
Nah.
Now you wait till the fucking last very second intro. I gotta bleep my head.
It's
too late.
Right, it's soup, man.
What's going on, my beautiful peoples? Today is a lovely thunderstorm. New York City is sinking underwater.
Yes, it is.
Drowning, beautiful day.
Shit.
Hurricane Sandy's sister, Chelsea.
But you know what? We in motherfucking Washington Heights. So that means that rent will keep going up.
Yes.
The premium will be a premium.
Very high premium.
Those people from Chelsea will now be looking to move up here.
Oh, they haven't tried Dominican food. They are now.
I love the sound effects. You're on point.
So before we get into it, before I even talk about all that, let me just make the round of intros. I probably should have given you that entire breakdown, but I'm gonna tell you right now.
It is what it is.
I just had to tell two of my neighbors, yo, quiet that fucking music down.
They listen, thank God.
They
though.
did.
No.
Shout out to the neighbors.
Shout out to the neighbors.
Shout out.
They on
Thank
point.
you.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know who we got on deck? My brother, my main man, Dre Drizzle.
What's going on? What's happening? What's popping, my beautiful people? We all dry. That's what's popping.
Yeah.
It was a crazy fucking day out there. It was crazy.
You came in walking today with beautiful spirits, by the way.
Yeah, cause I took a nap before I came here.
That's why.
Yeah,
I was like,
I ain't gonna lie. When I text you, I was like, please. I gotta keep it all the way real. I was like, hopefully he quit. Hopefully he cancels. Shit's crazy out there right now. And then I was like, yo, man the fuck up. Take a shower.
Feelings come out.
Yeah, no, I gotta keep it real.
Yo,
You know when you cozy and the fucking Seinfeld's in the background playing and you like, yeah. For a split second, but then I heard the guest was very, very important, so I was like, let me stop.
No, but just so people understand, it's the worst torrential rain
There you go. Yeah.
that New York has experienced probably since Sandy.
Yeah.
So just so you get context for people
Thank
who
you.
watch
Thank you for
that
letting
are
them know
not from New York.
I'm not an asshole. Thank you. I appreciate it.
It was horrible, nonstop torrential rains.
It was bad.
The rats were on their surfboards.
Yeah. It was really bad.
And
was really
it's
bad.
that bad.
Yeah.
And I made my way here.
Yeah, you did. You did. We all did, God.
you.
Yeah, thank God.
did he
thank
just
God.
do your intro? Because
Yeah, thank you. No, he just looked out for
spoiled
me.
your plans.
He just looked out for me. Thank you, because I
Yes.
just want to look like an asshole. I was just had to keep it real for that split second when I woke up. I was like, coño.
Yes.
I hope the trains and the bus are running because the Ubers are crazy right now.
If it makes you feel better, I did text Ron coming in from Hartford today, and I was like, you should check to make sure Calixto it doesn't cancel. Just like double and make sure that he can
Just
get
words,
uptown.
Uber cares. Uber cares.
yeah, like legit, I was like, I texted everybody. I was like, look, I triple checked with the guest.
That's what he said. He's like, I triple confirmed.
I had no excuse after that. I was like, I have to make it.
All right, it's happening.
I hit my man's up via email. I was like, you know what? Let me hit him up on IG. Like, let me everything.
I gotta give a shout out to our publicist.
Yo,
You know, he still
made
showed
it all the
up.
way from
He
Brooklyn.
showed up before you.
I know.
All the way from Brooklyn.
But the publicity team still showed up.
My
real.
man walked in here and he was like, whew. Yo, once you walk in, the first thing is you say, whew.
No, thank you to the team. Thank you to the team.
You got a good team. You got a good team.
thank you.
On point.
Before we jump into who our guest is, you know who we got on deck? The lovely, the honorable, lovely Lady H.
I've had a phenomenal week, and I'm so excited to be here. So, very excited for our guest.
Yes.
No, thank you.
Kept it like super simple.
Yeah.
And like after everybody's like, rah, 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 rah. You're like,
It's the weather. It's the weather.
It's just words. Yeah. Oh,
the
well, I
weather.
mean, related to the weather, you sent me those posts
Oh.
when I was out in Hartford of all the IG videos of rain, torrential downpour in New York, and I was like, that's fake news.
Did you see the one in the?
That's not
You
real?
seen the one in the bus?
That's
Yeah.
wild.
That shit was wild.
real.
People was on top of the chairs. I was like, yo.
I know.
But the thing is it's beautiful how unfazed everybody looks. Everybody's like, coño, I still gotta go.
Yeah.
It's
That's
crazy.
pretty messed up.
It's fucked up.
Yo,
Oh, that was another thing. My bad. You watched Seinfeld?
Yeah, it's like my number one show ever.
Oh, you're kidding.
Hell yeah, Seinfeld, of course.
something new
I'm a
about you.
Seinfeld guy
Okay, I
over
don't
Friends.
know.
A lot of people like Friends, but I'm a Seinfeld.
You said
I'm neither
Seinfeld
of
over
those.
Friends.
Yeah.
Both of those shows suck.
No, Seinfeld. I thought it sucked. No, you gotta get into it, bro.
Nah, man.
I
Office is
fucking
better
love
than
it.
all that shit. If we're gonna talk white shows, Office.
Nah. We have this debate later.
Okay. I learned something new about you. Okay.
You lost like about 10 cool
Oh, shit.
points in my book. When we were kids, you would your moms would give us like hot milk, like strawberry,
quick,
right?
Yeah, Nesquik.
And
That's quick.
and y'all motherfuckers would be like, "Oh, let's put on Seinfeld." I'm
Yeah,
like, "What?"
yeah.
They're like, and I'm like, and that's them feeling adult.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, we drinking fucking quick, dog.
Strawberry joy.
Strawberry quick.
Wait, but you drink it hot?
Hell yeah.
I never
My
drank
mom
it.
put it in the little pot, throw a little quick. But she used to
that's
throw it the
nice.
quick, slowly,
Wow.
like cooking crack.
I got straight microwave from mine.
Me and my brothers would be like, "Yeah, mom."
You know what's
Shout out
crazy?
to my mother, I
I still
love her.
drink Dusty Quick hot.
For
Like,
real?
I do.
Yo, that's like the
A
best
lot.
thing
It's a
ever.
habit.
What?
But I never tried
like
the
hot
strawberry.
chocolate.
I
Oh
don't
my
get it.
god! Yeah.
Strawberry hot?
Me and my younger brother, we used to do the strawberry. My older brothers that like the chocolate.
Chocolate, that nigga's
Yeah,
weird.
like
Yeah.
a weird dude, bro. Yeah, you like the
I gotta
strawberry.
try that. I
Oh
never
my
thought
god!
of it.
Yeah, strawberry.
Hot
Amazing.
strawberry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yo, out of all that wild madness that we're facing outside of New York City, today what we bring is nothing but love and congratulations. And before I even go off on that, matter of fact, back in the days when we had crossed paths, I can't remember exactly what Latino Film Festival number it was. But my man over here, I think it was like number 4 or something. It was like a really long time ago. But it's so old that I can't even find a commercial on YouTube.
Oh, you tried? You couldn't find it?
I cracked a joke. I was like, did you
thought it was
record it in
all-
VHS tapes or what?
Wow.
Coño, man, you gonna drop the joke again on me?
Yeah, that was a good joke.
It was though.
Wow.
Yeah. My man gave me my first paycheck that I made via making beats and music because my beat came out in the New York Latino Film Festival X year, and on the commercial, and the commercial was crazy because it was like a park. And there was like a dude running with a chainsaw, a motherfucker on fire, like la musiquita mía está atrás, and it was like New York Latino Film Festival or something. Like I vaguely recall that, and it was pretty fun. But who we got on deck is a brother that offers opportunities, a brother that recognizes and shows love across the board. Not just, I'm not gonna say just Latino. I think you do it, to everyone that's talented that you believe in. My man with the fucking. Probably the dopest name I've ever said in my life.
The most unique name ever. I never heard this.
Like
name.
I had to say his name with a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Calixto Chinchilla.
Pretty phenomenal.
Wait, you threw chinchilla in it?
Yeah, his last name is Chinchilla.
Are you fucking kidding me? Hold up. Wait the fuck up.
You really did it. You really did it.
No. Real or street name?
No.
Chinchilla? Got the fucking coolest name ever. Yo, that shit is amazing. Fuck, bro. All right. Shout out to your parents.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you have
I
siblings?
just need that bomb.
Yeah,
like
throw that
preface
bomb again
everywhere
for
I
that
go.
one. That
If I can
name.
get that track,
Damn.
What's up? Calixto Chinchilla.
that bomb sounds so good in these headsets. The audience doesn't even know. These are really good headsets.
Yeah.
How you doing today, bro? My bad.
I was just gonna ask, do you have siblings?
Yes.
What are their names?
Yes, please.
One? His name is Robert.
Are you the
We
first
know the
child?
one who's loved.
I'm the last.
Oh, wow.
Robert,
Yeah.
that's a bull name.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like the rest were experiments, but you're
Yeah.
the right one.
Yeah,
She
this
took
the
her
last
time.
one.
We're
And what does
babies.
Calixto mean again? What was the name?
It means beautiful one.
El
It's great.
Diablo. You're like, fuck these other kids.
I know,
Robert.
right? I
he's
feel
the
a
last
certain
one. We
kind
gotta
of
make
way
him
for the
special.
siblings.
This nigga over here is the beautiful one.
Whoa. So he's the last one. He's the golden child.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man. So how you doing today, brother?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. I've been seeing the growth. I've been seeing the show, and I don't know. It feels like it's the Howard Stern meets something else. I don't know what it is. And
You
somebody
said that
asked me,
earlier. I was like,
what is the
what?
show? I was like, it's Howard Stern-ish vibes meets something else. I don't know what the other show is, but it's some next level thing. And it's just,
Appreciate
it
it.
feels
Thank
like that
you.
late night show.
Appreciate
Even though
it.
it's a podcast, but it feels like that late night podcast.
Oh, we need to get that late night fucking
Vibe.
deal.
Yeah.
So I give you credit for bringing something different to the table because it feels if it gives me that energy, which I like.
I appreciate you, brother. So, you know, just to bring it back to what I was going to try to share in the beginning, uber congratulations. You just wrapped up. So what year would this be of the New York Latino Film Festival?
The second year,
Second.
Is that for real?
23rd.
20 fucking 30.
Oh,
Another
we
bomb,
did the
another
math.
bomb.
Bring it up. Bring it up.
Yes.
This show's gonna have a lot of bombs going on. A lot of bombs going on. 23 years.
23 years,
That's
brother.
amazing.
So you started it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Please elaborate. How the fuck? 23 years along. How did that happen?
It's a long story.
My man, what you think we brought you on for?
What's the time left with the neighbors before
Yeah,
you
yeah,
listen?
yeah,
I think I hear it right now.
I know. Little by little, they're gonna be itching away. So
Invite them in.
Motherfuckers playing music with their YouTube videos and the commercials. Just look out.
We
the
got,
new
we
wave.
know we
That's
got
the
a
new
team.
wave.
We can just
That
show
would
them,
be
no?
the perfect soundtrack behind the story. Think. It started off in whatever.
We just need to get their numbers
When
to
I was a
text them.
baby. No, basically, you know, I was that filmmaker. First off, you know, I wanted to make a film. I wanted to make a short film. I was really always into film since I was a kid. And me and my childhood friend, we just loved the movies. We grew up together. We're still friends to this day.
What's the friend's name? Let's give him a shout.
Paris. His name's Paris
I know,
Jones.
but everybody got dope ass names. What is we doing now?
And he's a producer now.
Oh, shit.
oh wow.
So he works in the industry. And somehow, you know, we were like, okay, let's make this short film. And we did it gangster style. We raised money. You know, we sold M&Ms on the train.
Oh.
We did everything we could to raise money. We were young people. Like, we just started out college. And along the way, you kind of got screwed over. You have people that say they're going to do things for you. They don't do them. You're naive. You're young. You're like, you'll take anything. And I just learned so many things of not to do. But also along the way, I had such a great tribe of just professionals and people of color that were just coming together to put this project together. But then there was something, what happens after the film is done? And there was no place to play. You know, there wasn't a Tribeca Film Festival. Not that this film would have gone to the Tribeca Film Festival, but that didn't exist. There wasn't anything Latino or POC that existed at the time. And alongside of that, so you had that situation, my lived experience of, you know, getting screwed over in my naivete, right, in the business, whatever that was. And then you had, at the same time, a cultural shift or cultural, maybe a larger recognition of the Latino market. And so in the year, this was like in the year 98, 99, and Ricky Martin was about to like really bust out. This is when Mi Vida Loca came out.
Oh, shit.
This was the Latino explosion.
Damn.
And so all of that was alive and real. And you had an industry that was looking to capitalize on the Latin market. Oh, they're going to be the next big thing. Okay, well, we're going to be the big thing, but are we going to have ownership in this big thing? You know what I mean? Like, big companies going to monopolize, but where's the opportunity for us? And I think you also, within that, you had that in music, but then also in film, you had that same kind of heat, like people trying to tap into the market.
I mean, music, we only had like Big Pun.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, but reggaeton was like, this was 98, 99.
Yeah.
They're downplaying that.
Playeros and all that shit was coming up.
You know, and it was like this. It's like once you had the first reggaeton hit, then like, you know, let's go to a Latin mix or like whatever. All of a sudden they started doing reggaeton stations. Like everybody was capitalizing on it quick.
The only reason I said Pun is because I didn't look at Pun as a like Latino rapper.
Yeah.
I was just like, yo, he's a rapper that happens to be Latino. So and when I think about what we do to this day, it's a little funny because we are always Latino first, and it's like, oh, we can't just be actors or actresses or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like Latino actor.
Yeah.
It's like, why do I gotta be first? Like, you know, but as you were saying, within that shift, you're identifying, you're on the level of like, fuck the creativity. you're identifying what people want to capitalize on.
Yeah.
So
my
how the
thing
fuck
is,
did you even think about that?
You know, I was like, well, what if we came up with something that really educated the audience and educated an industry of what the culture was producing? And not that I knew that the culture was producing a lot of content. I didn't know that, but I think there was an idea that if done right, they would do it. You know what I mean? There would be content. And that's when the idea of doing a Latino Film Festival, you know, kind of came to be. And it was like, well, what if we did two things or three things? What if we build community, build audiences for the work, build filmmakers to really give them a place, to a really high class place that was really going to develop their work and kind of force them to elevate the content, and then educated the industry to what was going on. And like, okay, well, Hollywood, if you're looking for talent and you're looking for content and you're looking for writers and you're looking for creatives, then we're going to build the place to see that. And that's how the idea kind of came about. And I would say a lot of it was by accident and all of it was by desire. Like, and I mean that in the sense that, you know, I was going to school, I was going to college, I was working 2 jobs, I was in my mom's house. It was a different time. I was not, you know, I was just a young guy that had this crazy dream, this idea that I thought, you know, could work. And
23 years later.
It works. It kind of works.
It kind of works.
it kind of works.
23 years later.
And it works and it evolves and we can get into all of that. But yeah, I mean, that was the initial idea. And it's crazy because, you know, I built this with a bunch of people that I didn't know. So I had my cousin. My cousin was the only one who found out about it. I spoke to, and one of my best friends. And then everything else, I kept a secret. I kept a secret with my mom. My mom didn't even find out until she saw it on TV.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did you keep it from your mom for so long?
Because and to this day, she's the biggest, like, you know, she's a pessimist. And I just didn't want anything. I already had feelings of doubt. So I didn't need someone to validate that. And so I was like, you know what, let me just keep this on the hush.
Is she the Dominican side or the Puerto Rican
Puerto Rican side.
Oh, wow.
But I kept it but I kept it secret amongst everybody, including my best friend, Paris.
Really?
And so I was like, I'm not telling anyone. I'm just going to do this. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, then I don't need
no one knows.
No one knows. And so, and then it started to happen. And, you know, HBO got involved. And that kind of changed everything.
Surprise.
Like, I mean,
And it's crazy. I did some gangster stuff. Like, literally, in my job, I had all the copy codes. And I would print my proposals. I had a friend that worked across the street. He would mail the proposals for free because there was no email. There was none of. There was emails, but you couldn't do. We had presentations and decks and all of that. That didn't exactly happen, you know, in the year 1999 or you know whatever. So, you know, we got really hella creative, and I just started sending stuff out, making calls, everything that I can do to make it happen, and. That's what we did. We did gangster stuff, and that's how the film festival happened. So, and mind you, the festival was on film. We ran everything on prints. There was no DCP. There was no digital. Just to give you context, everything was on 35, 70, you know,
so you
16.
had to get everybody to give you reels.
The reels.
Wow. Yeah. Everything was on reels. We had a truck that we would rent, and yeah, we would put all the prints there and go from theater to theater. We ran in like 5 theaters, and single house theaters. And we did it from 59th Street, from Lexington Avenue to First Avenue. There was a theater in every avenue. And so we really always wanted it to be, you know, first class festival. I mean, that's your dream, but to make it happen is a totally different thing. But I knew the look and the feel, the legitimacy that it had to have. Like, we had to have a legitimacy that matched what general market festivals were about. You know, whether it's a Sundance or another festival, this had to look just like them, like had a rank up to them. And that was from Jump Street. It was not going to play at some rinky dink and none of that. Like, it had to look different. And that was it, you know, and that first year was pretty explosive. So, yeah.
What did your mom and your best friend think you were doing while you were
They didn't know anything.
This?
My mother, you know, would, you know, I used to spray glue the folders of my presentation, you know, because we had like a nice graphic and I wanted to have a certain look, and you know, just so it didn't feel cheap. Yeah. Like I bought expensive paper, like everything couldn't look cheap, even if you read the proposal. And so she would smell the aerosol, and she was like, "What is going on?" So she thought it was like, "Oh, am I doing drugs? Am I sniffing stuff?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just spraying glue, you know, for school." And yeah,
Spraying glue
project.
for school.
It's a project for school. It's a project for school.
School project, don't worry about it.
It's a project for school.
And so she didn't know what was going on, and you know, that was it. She really didn't know much. It was the hardest secret to keep. And then by the time she found out, you know, I was like, well, I'm moving out the house.
Damn.
So I was like, that's what happened, I'm moving out.
So did you?
I made my millions. Bye, bitch.
Here's my forwarding address.
Pretty much.
Hit me up later.
Peace.
Yeah.
And I told her later, and you know, I mean, it's tough, but those are the things that I felt like I needed to do. I felt like that was maybe adulting without knowing. I mean, like I was growing up and I was like, this was crazy. I thought I was really crazy.
So after the first one, you already knew, like, I got something here.
I think I knew opening night we had something.
Yeah.
Oh, what a feeling.
Yeah.
It was like building up to that first opening night, like the secret you had to keep.
Yeah.
Did you, because when I get excited about things like, oh my God, I just, you know, booked this or something, I tell Ron, I'm like, babe, who did you share that with? Like when you like started meeting like your goals and getting excited about building this thing that was coming together.
I slowly started just meeting people. I did a lot of research. So it's not like the festival just came out of nowhere. There was a lot of research that was done. I went to institutions like a Museo de Barrio. I did Joseph Papp and the Public Theater had done a Latino theater festival.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
He doesn't do that anymore.
No. But they had something in an incorporated film. And so I did a lot of that background research. I even met with Richard Peña, who was like big in the film at Lincoln Center. And so it was, and then I looked at different Latino film movements. Like this was done with care, so I don't want people to think, oh, I'm just going to start a film festival. I think there's a lot of that happening, but there was a lot of
That's real. Yeah.
Yo,
there's
but
like-
man, you go on Film Freeway, every nigga got a fucking film festival. And everybody's just asking you for $20. Yo, dame la película.
yeah. And you know, and then people have come to this festival and like, oh, I'm gonna make a festival. I was like, okay, go do your thing. But for me, there was a lot of research. There's probably like, it took us 2 years for the first festival to happen. So 98 was like doing that research, talking to different Latino groups, talking to people who attempted this in the past, talking to Latinos who had film like collaboratives. There was a Latino film collaborative. There was other stuff that had existed. A lot of these folks are, you know, are older, and so there was a trust issue, and it's like, is this guy for real? And I'm like this young 20-something. Hey, I'm gonna do like it was. I get it. I got the
Trust
skepticism.
issues are gatekeeping. Let me stop.
But you understand, it was the time. It was, I looked different. Like it was different, right? And so I understood it. I try not to take it personally. And for me, it was like, no, I'm gonna do the best that I can. And mind you, I didn't have money yet.
You're like, wait till I got money, nigga.
Wait till I get my money.
I didn't have the money. But
How did you convince them?
to be open, I think if you just come from an authentic place and be, you know, just genuine, that you really care to learn and know what they did, then I think some people would be open, and that's what happened. And then sometimes you had to be confident. So for me, it's like I had to play the role of being an executive director. Like, I didn't like the word founder, but I was like, I'm the executive director. And if I moved in that, then I felt like, okay, I took it as a job from the jump, you know.
So that's why you don't use founder. You're like, founder, el tigre que lo encontró y no hizo
No, I mean,
nada.
I use it sometimes, but, you know, I just, I don't know.
I feel like founder holds a little bit more weight. No?
Yeah, but executive director
You know what,
sounds
you
like
did it,
you
you-
more into it and you doing shit.
I
Founder
used
is
to
like,
hate the word
I'm rich,
entrepreneur.
I'm good.
I used to
Let
hate
everybody
the word
work.
entrepreneur.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
used to hate which word?
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. Why?
Because back then, I mean, sometimes it would be like you're broke. Oh, he don't got a job. Oh, he's a,
Shit. Entrepreneur means broke niggas trying shit. Like literally. Porque mira, yo, esa you know, so what you doing now? I'm just an entrepreneur.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I felt.
What could you tell somebody like that? Like, you can't say that.
And I guess if you are a founder of something that isn't established, then that kind of also there's no credibility.
Yeah.
That's how I said it. So you and I think of the same wavelength. So I was like, you know what? If this is, then this is the title. This is the job that I'm going to do. Then this is the title. Now, mind you, I was in Entrepreneur Magazine later on, but you know, back then, and it's funny because I told them the same thing. I was like, I can't believe I'm in this magazine.
Hilarious.
And I didn't like this word. But anyway,
like on the cover, entrepreneur, and you're like, bueno, señores, so can we?
Can we just say to the Calixto Chinchilla? Joking.
No, it has to be Calixto Chinchilla. Yo, so then you fucking land a deal with HBO.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that? So you out here sending the proposals. When you say proposals, is that a pitch deck of you're like, mira, this is the target demographic that you guys can be capitalizing on. These are the people. This is how much a buying power they have. This is what you need to be focusing at least some of your attention on. I should be that motherfucker that it allows you that gateway.
And what
Pretty
year,
much, you
what
should,
year,
yeah,
what
all
year
of it.
was HBO that you landed that deal?
The first year.
First year.
Bomb, 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 bomb. Throw a bomb. Damn, first year. That's
Wow.
amazing.
That's impressive.
Yo,
Damn.
even an applause.
Wow.
And the horns.
All the buttons at this rate.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. You know, again, I did some crazy stuff. Like, I would, you know, just star 6, 7 people, like, so they wouldn't trace me. I got nicer receptionists. I think there was a little bit of openness because it was that hot period. And you have this festival, like, okay, is this for real?
Fucking Ricky Martin doesn't even know what he inspired.
For real.
You know, you just had all of that, you know what I mean? And Latinos, we were everywhere. When Time Magazine puts us in the cover and says, like, we're the next hot thing in America, which is crazy to hear, but like when those certain moments happened in media and Latinos were just getting a different level of attention, then you had companies that were curious. And mind you, HBO Latino didn't exist. None of this existed yet, but then again, you had curious media companies that I knew. And so, and it's funny because the HBO meeting, how that happened, I was working and I kept trying to get through, never happened, kept trying to get through. I was really nice to the receptionist. And
So he was just showing up. Hey, mira, my name is Calixto Chinchilla. I want to have a meeting with somebody.
She probably thought the name was fake, to be fair.
That too, though. That too. You're right, though.
no
You're
one
right,
saw
though.
what I
You're
looked
right,
like, right? And so I kept begging or whatever. And
By the way, you were way more flaquito back then.
Yeah.
This nigga's mad big and bulky now, like fucking works out and goes to the gym. Back then, este tigre era un flaquito. I don't know if y'all, it's like really,
the
really,
old
really.
pictures are for real. And so I was lucky that I got patched in. But when I got patched in to speak to the executive, I had a customer in front of me. I was like, oh my God. And I remember this vividly because I don't know how I still got the meeting. And I had other people talk to the customer. I was like, no, I can't. Like, if I don't take this call, it's done. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And not that the call guaranteed anything, but anyway, it's just like that. And they took, my friends got in. I was like, yeah, I'm going to, whatever. And they's like, okay, well, we'll carve, 15, 20 for you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like, yo,
And-
man, damn.
Yeah.
I quit.
That's all you need.
So I got the best khakis I could get.
Wait,
Right?
what brand were they? Where did he get these?
Probably Old Naves or something like that. I was like, I was broke, living with my moms and all that. So I was like, all right, I came with the JanSport backpack.
So
and
forget a briefcase. That's passe.
You were more laced up than me. I never dressed in a suit. This brother would be dressed, but that's a whole
There are
we'll get
pictures
into that
of you
story in a
in
minute.
suits.
I didn't have this gear. I was like, damn, what am I missing? And so I go in, and they were, definitely they were surprised, and I just pitched. And then I walked out with a contract.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Damn.
Wow.
That's God.
What was
That's
it
God.
like?
That's God.
Yeah,
What was it like
That's
walking
story.
into
That's God
the...
and hustle. You know what I'm
That
saying?
is.
Like that's God
and
and
I
hard
remember,
work.
and I always say this, you know, I wanted so bad to get in the building, and yet I wanted to get out so fast because I was like breaking
Right.
down in the elevator. I was
couldn't
literally
even
just crying.
imagine.
I was like, what is going to happen?
Oh my God.
And so now that it happens, she's like, oh shit, now this is going to happen. Like, what do I do? Now it has
what?
to happen.
You have to deliver.
Now what?
That's crazy.
And now you got to hire people. I had to get an office. I had literally had to build the company because I didn't have a business plan per se. I had a plan, and I knew what I wanted, like all those things. Vision wise, I was clear on it. But it's not like I had run this business plan with this business model that was going to make whatever. I literally had to learn how to lead. You know what I mean? I think I knew theoretically how to lead. But now I had to practice it. And now I had to build a team. And now I had to lead that team of people that he didn't know.
Gente que no saben qué hacer.
You
I gotta, y yo no sé qué hacer. So I gotta tell them what's...
He didn't even,
I had
he
to tell them
didn't-
what to do.
He didn't expect that.
And
yes.
I got to figure out for myself at the same time, right? And everybody was older than me. So it was also earning their respect, and that it had to be mutual. And for me, it was like, well, if you trust me, then we'll get there. If you trust me, and then it was earning the trust. Trust is reciprocal. So
they told you, go ahead, do what you need to do.
yeah, they were really hands. They trusted. I mean, they were hands off, which was crazy.
That's amazing.
But they guided. They were like, "You're right." They would check in.
Yeah.
But I think the pressure was, this had to come through.
Right.
And what then the hunt was like, what films? There was no film freeway. So now
Yo, any Latinos making movies?
that's how it
Yeah,
was.
I started making some phone calls.
So what was that challenging, trying to find Latinos making movies? Now that you were in the position to have
Yes
the
and
space
no.
to showcase?
Yes and no. I looked at curators. We did programmers. I always hired programmers from the start. But yeah, then we had to get Hollywood. HBO gave me the cosign to go to different studios, right? That was like the biggest cosign. And it kind of got elevated once, we did this press conference. So HBO did a press conference to announce the first festival. And that really thrusted everything, like me and the festival. And, I had to prepare myself for that. But then that gave notice to industry. Okay, this is really happening in New York. Okay, then maybe we should look at it. But yeah, there was we got magazines to like give us free advertising. We did whatever. I had friends that, would give me stuff. And like, it's funny because I don't know if you know Zolo Maridueña, his from Blue Beetle, the actor.
Oh, the
but his
main
father
one.
ran
Blue
Stress
Beetle.
Magazine, which was a hip hop magazine.
Wow.
And hooked me up a couple of times. I just, so you think
Can
about
talk about later full circle.
you talk about later full circle, right? So there was a lot of like people who thankfully co-signed on me. It was like, yo, I'll give you a free ad, I'll give you whatever. And we hyped this thing up so much. We were like, this is the event of the millennium.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be
You
2000.
got
This
it.
is the
Hell
event
yeah.
of the millennium.
Yeah.
If the lights go out, we die, this is the last thing you will see. Because remember, everybody was like, 1999.
Yeah. Everything is going back to zero
Yeah.
and all that shit.
So we hyped that in our marketing. And we did everything to like get people to send. And so thankfully they did. And so, we got Girl Fight that first year. Michelle
shit.
Rodriguez. We opened with King of the Jungle, which is John Leguizamo, Rosie Perez, Annabella Sciorra. Like,
Name dropping a todo lo que da.
All
And
these
so-
A-listers.
it opened pretty explosive. So people, ask, oh, did it start off small? And no, it didn't.
Fuck your noise.
Hell
Nigga, we
no.
started off big.
Damn, HBO backing us
Like,
up.
give it the bomb.
Jesus. Wow.
So when you go back to your question, like when we knew it was is when we saw a line around 23rd Street. So we were in the theater on 23rd between it's now it's called the SVA Theater, but it was owned by someone. It was owned by Clearview, I think at the time. And
Talking about the joint that was like Sinopolis at one point.
no, the one across the street.
I know what you're talking about. The one by BBQs.
Yeah.
Like literally BB.
So
But yeah,
when
no,
there
that's
was a line around that block to 10th Avenue twice
El Diablo.
because we had to play the film twice because we sold out twice.
Wow.
That's when I was literally with a friend of mine who, you know, like a colleague who was working on the festival. We were like, oh shoot, this is for real.
Damn, that's a good feeling.
You said, oh shit.
And so you don't know, you know, you also got to put into a larger context. There was no social media. There was no way to engage, like knowing, yeah, you had ticket sales and you had a system. Like we were on Ticketmaster, so I could see everything. But there's one thing of seeing numbers and then seeing bodies behind those numbers. Yeah. And when you see bodies around the block, and your first, you know,
No, it's
like,
a whole different.
it's a whole
different ball
and you
game.
got celebrities
Oh,
like
man.
you didn't think, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you're like, it started from the projects, right? And so that's when you kind of pinch yourself. You're like, wow, this is something bigger. And then I remember MSG, Madison Square Garden. This is when they had the old Jumbotron. Okay, pulling it back, like, and they had the film festival. They honored the film festival on the Jumbotron for a week or something like that.
Damn.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
Did you
and
go
I
to one
remember
of the
standing in
games
front of the
inside?
Bulger. I remember like at night, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was coming from something, and I just saw it. I was like, God.
And you
that's
couldn't
a
have a
feeling.
phone to take a picture back then.
No, I did take a picture, but it doesn't exist. But there's some stuff that exists, like archival stuff. Because the first year was documented a bit, but yeah, it's crazy.
But now you're on billboards like almost every year
week.
now.
Yeah, no, every week.
So you're like, oh, come on.
tigre está ahí.
That's not the picture I picked.
My man took a picture on Instagram. He's like,
That's not the picture I picked. Oh, come on, guys.
Next week, Gino, we got to shoot. All right.
Yeah. That shit is regular shit now.
All
to
news.
think that because if y'all remember the MSG Jumbotron, eso tenía como 5 colores.
Yeah. Matter of fact.
It was that.
Matter of fact. Hold up, my bad.
Yeah.
You got your own fucking Halloween costume, bro.
No.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
didn't I see that on your IG? Oh, that's a fake.
It was a fake.
All right, cool.
I know
This
what you're talking
motherfucker
about.
got his
It
own
was a fake.
costume.
No, it's a fake.
Like costume of
fake.
himself? Calixto
No,
Chinchilla?
it was like a
It's a
Halloween
gym
costume.
picture.
All
Yeah,
right,
it was like,
cool.
it was bad.
My bad.
My man about to spread fake news out here.
I saw it on the IG.
Like the floodwaters.
And then I think, you know, one of the early best moments is, you remember Movie Phone?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you're a
It's a-
Seinfeld fan.
Yeah, there was an episode on that. Yeah.
I've never heard Movie
young for all
Phone
this.
say the word New York Latino. Anything. Damn. So Movie Phone.
Did you call just to hear it?
Yeah, I did.
No way.
Deadass.
Fuck.
Because
number
they were a
was it?
partner. So they came in as a partner, but to hear this white guy like Mr. Movie Phone, the New York Latino Film Festival, and that's how he sounded. And I was like, wow. And I remember calling it from a bunch of times at my mom's house just to hear him.
Wow.
Star 67?
No, I was just called
yeah.
77 Film or something like that. That was the name.
Anytime you feel down, just call that shit. That shit's a
Just to
lift
hear
up.
the
Yeah,
ad.
Just to hear that shit.
That's wild, man.
What it was even more wild is the commercial. The very first trailer was on 35, right? Because we only showed film. There was no digital, and Tito Puente was in the trailer. He died opening night. That was the last footage that he's been on.
No way.
Damn.
That's crazy.
He died opening night, and his wake was the funeral was Sunday, the day the festival ended.
Wow.
Yo, my man, we got to do a documentary just on the making
that's-
of the New York Latino Film Festival.
That's wild. You got 23 years. You never thought of a documentary or nothing like that?
People have asked, but I don't know.
What don't you know about it?
Yeah. That's
are
an
your
incredible
hesitations?
story, bro.
We're like 2 decades in.
Like,
I
wait till
don't
the
know.
25th year?
No,
Is that
no,
the-
no. I
Okay.
mean,
I think by year 30, 3 decades.
Yeah.
Okay.
you
'Cause
know,
that's
you
an
just want
incredible
you want the
story.
right hands on it.
course,
I mean,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
think there's other people that can tell the story better than I can. There's other people that lived it, that have different perspective. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of history that maybe some people don't know. But yeah, that Tito Puente was one of them.
Yeah,
That's wild. man.
amazing.
I mean, and you know, like so now we fast forward. We are 23 years deep, right? Crazy. You started in 2000. So
That's crazy.
Literally, is that the millennium?
Yeah.
Or?
At the start of the
Started
millennium?
Yeah,
millennium,
right. Like
yeah.
wow. So you, all the rebirths and births in the world, and the stars align, and all the gods and all that good stuff, right? And yo, we 23 years deep, but yo, you know, on top of everything that else that's happening in the world, you get celebrities to pull up like hard body. You had my man fucking Guzman. Damn, what's his name? His first name? Yo, because he's Luis Guzman. My man, he's that one Puerto Rican that's like the bad guy in every fucking movie.
No, he's funny. He does a lot of funny stuff too.
I mean,
Boogie Nights, come on now.
But he's Wednesday's Pops
Yes.
now.
Yes.
And in the Addams
Gomez.
Family, Gomez.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's done. I mean, I'm
he's
obviously.
done
Everyone, he's recognizable.
But the way I know him is from like all the old school Carlitos ways and all
Even
that.
Carlitos, he wasn't
that's
the
right.
bad guy per se. He
was
was the
Carlitos'
naive
boy.
guy. He tried to get.
He's like a character role.
Yeah, he's a character
that's been
actor.
his career.
But there was
Yeah.
a spin-off Carlitos Way where he was like the main guy.
Oh.
He was like the main guy.
Yeah, but we won't talk
But
about
no,
that
but
sequel.
Don't tell me that shit with Diddy.
The first one is better.
Don't tell me that shit with Diddy,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, we'll get to that.
I mean, sometimes we gotta take
I
roles.
know the
my
writer
man.
of that book.
He was in the
I know
Count of
Edwin
Monte
Torres. We're
Cristo.
gonna talk about that one.
Count Monte Cristo.
He was in
también.
that. Yeah.
No, so he's like been in like real shit.
No, he's recognizable.
But so you had him. You I saw Kel is Keenan.
Keenan Thompson.
Keenan came through. Like
Fat Joe.
You got Fat Joe on deck.
Yeah.
And I was like, coño, pero este tigre conoce gente.
Yeah. Imagínate, 23 years in.
20 and so like how
Mind you, I asked none of those people to come.
Oh, wow.
And not like that.
Nice showing
Right, right,
support.
right,
I think the thing is
no,
one-
because that's organic, it's genuine.
it's organic, it's genuine,
Want a
and
refill?
sure. I think that's what we wanted from Jump Street. And so early on, when we first started, there was always, you should get Jennifer Lopez to be, the ambassador. Like that was the first year because she was blowing up. It was like she had On the Six. Like that's when we came out, when she had her first album. And I never wanted a celebrity to supersede, like to go over the name of the festival, to supersede the festival.
Or be the face of it.
To be the face of it, because I felt like we were all in the same playing field. Because technically we are. It's like you're not getting a studio picture. You're not getting paid $20 million a picture. You have to fight for your film just like I do, right? You probably going to make your independent film just like I do. You have a name. You can get the money a little bit faster. But there had to be a kind of respect, like we're all in this together. And I felt like we had to do that from Jump Street. And so I think we had a different response from talent, because then they knew I didn't have an agenda. I'm not using your celebrity to elevate this. Like we're in this together, because we need our audiences. We need our gente to come through. We need to build community. We gotta uplift each other. We're all in the same playing field. And so and that was it from the jump.
How do you feel now?
And
now
that's
that
when you got the respect.
Yeah, definitely.
And that
Definitely.
lives to this day. You know what I mean? And so
You have to kick it back to their court.
Yeah,
ball.
but now it's collaborative. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like Fat Joe came. When he came. Matter of fact, it's funny. He came when I wasn't even dressed. I wasn't even ready. I'm like in my backpack, literally. I'm a shirt and jeans guy.
No.
Nah, we elevated.
Timbuktu.
But and literally he was like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna take the picture. I'm gonna do whatever you want." And we're good. Like, and that's what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's when we're in this together. He's like, I'm here, whatever. And the same thing, Louis, the same way. But we've even had bigger, we've had Vin Diesel. We've had so many celebrities that they know that if that's your intent from the start, then they'll move with you different. They'll move with you.
And shout out to Fat Joe and all those celebrities that are showing support, man. That's pretty dope.
So now that I feel like you've accomplished those three things that you mentioned at the beginning that you set out to do when year one, when you started this out, how has, like, now to 2023, 23 years later, have those goals changed, or do they remain the same?
No, you 2.0 it, you 2.6 it.
So what are they now?
Well, Futuro, we have a digital conference. He's rocking the same gear. Shout out to Brick and Cloth that made these.
We got to show the back graphic too.
Oh yeah.
That's really
There
nice.
you go.
Oh yeah, you got a camera there.
Oh, you thought it was just about you?
I mean, you are wearing the same gear. But no, I think it's just, you know, you want to continue to evolve with technology, where content creators are at. And so if it's on social and digital content, then that's when Futuro kind of came around, and it was like the same thing. You know, there's pay inequities with, you know, influencers of color. I can have the same influencer account, and if I'm not white, I'm not getting the same rate.
It's across the board in every industry.
And so, and then, you know, there's a lack of POCs that are working in tech. And you have a market, a community. We dominate on all things social. We dominate on mobile consumption. We dominate on social media. We dominate on, you know, obviously theater, box office. And so how do we create a space that educates, you know, these burgeoning content creators, you know, and educates them on the business, and also gets them to meet executives that look like them. So the festival's kind of evolved in trying to, you know, again, hit content creators and audiences wherever they live, wherever they're thriving at. And so Futuro was launched about like probably 4 years ago with Google. And it was with that intent. It's like, okay, I want to get people that look like me in the building that can talk to me about how this thing works, how this business works. Because if we dominate all those things, then we need to own a piece of that. We need to own our own enterprises. We need to collaborate to get capital. We need to have seats, you know what I mean? And you're seeing that now, you know, between pandemic and things that are going on in the writer's strike, you know, well, the strike just ended, but even every time there's situations where the industry is being halted, I think that kind of gives us more of the push to do our own thing. You know what I mean? And I think someone told me this recently. The film business is kind of moving where music is at, as far as, you know, streaming.
Right.
And maybe there's opportunities you can just self-distro and all these other things. Obviously, you know, there's, you know, service systems and different things you can do, independent distribution. But I think that there's a larger opportunity that's coming to us, and we just got to tap into ourselves. And hopefully the festival is that groundbreaking point, that nexus that connects people to that, to make those things happen. So, yeah.
Nice.
Nah, brother. I mean,
And you could tell, I think at Futuro, especially this year, I think you were there.
yeah, no.
You know.
For that one, I was there.
Yeah.
I didn't make the block party.
hoodie.
My bad. Yo, I went through, like, by the way, I am a little
What did you
upset-
think of it?
No, I am upset that in the entire fucking front row, all the hoodies were small. So that means all you wanted was small motherfuckers in the front. I took up 2 seats. I don't give a fuck.
Well, you look snatched now. He's fitted in that.
Yeah. This is fucking XL. I don't know what sizing y'all got over there. I was like 5 rows deep to find this goddamn hoodie. But anyways,
He was gonna bring one to me, but he gave it up to someone else who didn't have one. So,
I was like, all right, let me find.
yes, it's good. It's good.
But what did you think? Because you know it. You know, again, I live it, so it's easier for someone. It's easier to take it in with you.
Because I obviously, if you're in your working day, you know, in it, so it's a little different to be on the outside looking in. Experiencing it, it was something that in the beginning, because I was sharing, yo, I got there on my American time shit. I am a little proud of it. I got there at motherfucking 11:50.
Damn, good.
It was supposed to be there at 12. But then I was very relieved by the fact that y'all were running on Dominican time. And I was like, okay, this shit don't start till 1. I was like, all right.
Well, we did that intentionally, actually. Yes, we would have started at 1 and opened the
Thank you.
because we know the audience.
I'm not bugging.
About knowing your audience.
But I didn't know if we were running on like a fucking American time. But anyways, I got there super early, or on time, better yet said. And getting there, it was great to see my brother Heck. We run uptown, so Rue Crew was in the house, and I was really excited to hear what he had to share about mental health and awareness. It was pretty dope seeing him, knowing that I know him individually, but also hearing everybody else share their position, their perspective. There were a lot of young, educated people, and it's empowering to see that aspect. I mean, I'm not that young anymore, where it's like, oh shit, I'm in my my mid early 20s or whatever, because that's what I felt that a lot of the group was. But the people speaking, where I was like, wow, man, these motherfuckers is doing it up. And that shit was dope. But then there was this young lady on the next panel that spoke, and she talked about raising her first million, and how when she raised her first million, that shit broke her down. And like she teared a little bit. I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now, but I'll pop her up. And she said, what I realized is that money does not absolve me from everything else going on in my life. And I was like, damn, man, you know, that's real. Because the most I ever raised was like $250,000. And that was like, oh shit, okay, that was my win. And I was just bullshitting. But she raised her first million. She's like, yo, I went from being on EBT to now figuring out what the fuck I'm gonna do for real.
Damn.
That shit, I was like,
What's CBT?
Food stamps.
Oh, my bad.
And I was like, yo, that's real talk. Because we have this, I mean, I'm not going to say for everyone, but I know I have this ideology, or the many people that I've spoken to have this ideology that, yo, once we get the money, everything will be figured out. But the reality is that, unfortunately, unless you have a plan laid out, you won't know what to do with it. That's why, like, a lot of niggas that win the lottery,
Yeah, they go broke.
They go broke.
They go broke immediately, because you need to at least know what your desires are. You know, sometimes we call it praying, sometimes we call it speaking to God and all. But because we're surrounded by so much negativity when we're impoverished, that our inside voice kind of talks a little louder than our outside voice, and we need to just speak that out of what it is that we want. Because if our outside voice supersedes our inside voice, then that'll become true. So sometimes we're our own worst, you know, we're our worst critics, our worst enemy. And
I hate the word imposter syndrome.
And I hate that.
I hate
Yo,
that's some white term, I'm gonna be honest.
there's too many white words. Too many. Like, who the fuck is
And I never said the word imposter syndrome. I'll call it something else. Maybe insecurity or whatever it is, but it ain't an imposter syndrome.
Yo, we be shook.
Yeah, because none of us are imposters, and I certainly don't have a syndrome. Like, those two words do not
Thank you for breaking it
coexist.
down like that.
Thank you. No, because it's true.
But there is an awakening. There is an like that happened to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I could feel it. Like, you know, for me, I doubled down. Like, literally, was just really private. I had you know, some really good mentors that helped me out. But I really just kept really quiet. I don't know. That's just me. And I was like, let me just be insular. Let me just
And that's
figure this thing
after
out.
you had done your thing, you secured deals, and
After we got the
and
money,
you
yeah.
and you felt that you've been proven a trajectory of growth. You felt that,
I felt it from the start, from the first check.
Wow.
and that's
Because you got to understand, when you get money that's not, you're getting, you know, for me, it was like HBO money.
Yeah.
you want to drop a number? No.
No.
But it's nice though. It's a nice check.
You know,
Life
but
changing.
yeah. And then you're like, okay, what I'm gonna do? And so yeah, I'm still living the projects. I'm still doing, you know, whatever. Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this thing, how I'm
Do
gonna
it
do
right.
right, but
Do it
it's my
right.
name.
Yeah.
It's like everything, and it's this company's name, and maybe a culture. Like, if I screwed up, it'd be harder for the next man or next person.
Yeah.
Right? So I think there was a lot of that weighing down on me. So I can understand, you know, where she comes from and the pressure of that. Yeah, it can be a lot, you know,
That's a lot
especially
of
if you're a
pressure.
young person.
Oh,
a lot of pressure.
She like moved to Portland and
Oregon or Maine?
I think the other side.
I
Just
mean, they're
to
both
escape?
very white.
Just to
Yeah,
escape this
but,
whole.
but like just to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like
She
yeah,
did it
Out
right.
of New
She did it
York?
right.
yeah.
She did it right.
What is she like? What does she focus in?
She's the homegirl from Shop Latinx, I think it was.
Oh yeah, you shared that.
And
But what was good about Futuro is there was a lot of emotions that you didn't expect.
oh yeah, no, like and
A
so
lot of emotions.
outside, you know, and I honed in on her because she visually was about to cry and like
Yeah.
talking about it, and I was like, wow, man, thank you for in that moment even overcoming that situation and sharing those thoughts. Everyone else was like, was relatively confident in how they felt or of what they're doing.
But you even had some guys vulnerable
and so
on the brink of tears.
And I was gonna say, homeboy King, el tigre that imitates Denzel Washington, or he does the in the Denzel voice and all that. And he was like, "Yo, I was ready to fucking quit." The man that was motivating me to do this, that can shared, "Yo, I will support you anyway, financially, emotionally, spiritually," passed away. And he was like, "Yo, I'm ready to quit." And he did like one Denzel, his like last Denzel video or whatever. And
It blew up.
And the shit blew up. And everybody's like, "Yo, my man, you've made it."
Wow.
And he's like, "What the fuck you mean I've made it?" I'm like, "I've quit." And so to circle back to what you were sharing, being there, it was reinvigorating because, yo, you do these things and you're like, damn, 50 clicks, 50 likes, whatever the fuck, and nobody's showing love, or not even no one's showing love. No one sees it. The algorithms don't work in your favor, blah, blah, blah. There's so many other things, right? Because it's not just what you put in the tags. It's who you are, what you look like, because there are other things that show up a little higher up because they're more clickbait relatable. And being in a room that felt like community was empowering. And I think that's what kind of also gets lost, because as Black and Latino, we kind of always get taught into it, thrown into this mindset that it's crab-like.
Scarcity mindset,
That scarcity mindset. Like, yo, that there's only one fucking seat at the table, that there's only this. And it was dope being in a room where you're seeing people like building their own tables, building and having their own chairs.
And not only that, but allowing you to sit, and you realize that we have so many shared experiences, not only culturally, but just how we move in business or just in life, how those cultural experiences, you know, we carry with them in our professional lives. And sometimes that can affect how we move and the confidence that we have in ourselves. And then sometimes being with people that share the same experience can uplift you. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we've always wanted to do, not only with the festival, but particularly with Futuro. You know, is really build spaces, no matter what age you are, no matter how much you think you know, that you're in a space that is going to be supportive to maybe tell you the things that you may not know, right? Or you never know who's going to be there and be like, yo, I want to work with you. I want to build with you, or whatever. Or I have equity. Do you want to do something? You know what I mean? I have money. So you never know. I think that's, and I've seen it time and time again, you know, with the festival. You know, even opening night, you know, you look at Story App, that film was a short film. And we were the first festival that Aristotle played in.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought like that film had been out and about. And also
it went to prestigious festivals, but yeah, I mean, no. I remember sitting him with the restaurant, you know, he and I were talking about the script. The feature script.
That's wild.
So you never know.
And you also had the premiere for Cassandro,
yeah.
It's a wrestler. He Mexican, right?
Yeah, he's one of the first big LGBTQ like exotico wrestlers. So he's like the Liberace of lucha libre.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Sounds fun.
But you had him show up.
We had him, and you know what? I mean, if there wasn't any strike, you know, Gael Garcia Bernal, he picked this festival. Like, he literally picked us to play.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And so if there wasn't a strike, yes, he'd be here. But and that's, again, you know, you're thankful for everybody, right? But you know, to see Cassandro, yeah, I mean, that was great, you know. And he's been through a lot. His body's been through a lot of rough and tumble. He had a brain injury, so he can't really speak much, but his heart is there. Great guy. I don't know if you were there that opening night.
No, I didn't make it, but I following everything, so I was like, oh shit.
Great guy. And it was really sweet. And we had, like, again, that opportunity. We brought in 2 Latino wrestlers from the Bronx that were luchadors, and like, okay, well, tell us, you're not any different than Cassandro. Like, he had a regular job, and you're throwing your body out every weekend. That's just crazy. For entertainment.
Damn.
And so we had, you know, two wrestlers kind of speak on it. Dominican, Puerto Rican wrestlers.
Wow.
And again, you know, shared experiences, right? And it was such a good conversation, man.
Talking about like Dominican wrestlers, if you guys ever know who beat Hulk Hogan?
He was Dominican?
Oh yeah.
Jack Veneno. Just in case, like,
Yeah.
he's Dominican.
Jack Veneno.
So I just wanted to drop it out there. I'm like, wait, a little bit of fucking wrestling history. But
Jack
I mean, that shit
Veneno.
wasn't on WWF, but
It was so, yeah, one of those shit.
But he beat Hulk Hogan.
But it's moments like that still pinch me, right? Those are moments that even for myself, you can't, you don't make up.
Yeah, hell no.
I mean,
So 2023 festival, there's winners in these festivals, right?
yeah, there's winners.
How many winners? Like how
we only have
y'all
5 or
rank
6.
that? How y'all rank that though?
Well, we have a killer. I got to give it up to our programmers. Like, we have screeners, we have programmers. We decide. We kind of
Are you part of the panel?
No. I came in on the tie. There was one that was a tie. But I kind of, at this point, I really don't watch much.
Oh wow.
No.
So he's just there.
Now he's the founder.
No.
No, you're the founder.
I'm there when I'm bringing a programming team. I'm there in the big meetings. I'm there when there's a debate. I'm there when there's a tie.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to
Let the
programmers program. People swear like I watch every. I was like, I'll throw my eyeballs out. I can't. We get that much content.
How many movies on average you guys get a year?
This past year we got 700-800.
What?
800.
Wait,
around the
what?
world. Yeah.
How many do you select?
We only select 100.
How do
110.
you? Wait,
110
so
got
you got a
selected.
team watching 800.
Yeah, we separated. So
That's
there's a docs
crazy.
team. There's documentaries. There's shorts, narrative. I'm very involved in the narrative in the U.S. premieres for the most part. But there's set groups for everybody.
That's insane.
And then we meet. Every team meets. And what's even more, I've always done from the jump, no team talks to each other.
Oh,
So no one knows what the person is selecting. Nobody knows anything. We keep the rooms really private. So docs does their doc thing, and you don't deal with features.
They have
Features
like
with
a
that, you don't
dedicated
deal.
office
crazy.
room, or no son de que 20 tigres.
Take it home, take it home, take it
No, they
home.
meet
Esa vaina
separately.
por la casa.
Yeah, they meet separate sessions, and I think for me, I've always wanted like that. That was habit from start, and only because there was always the thought, what if we had that much content, but also like you wanted to keep structure.
makes sense.
That everything was kind of like departmentalized, if you will, and there was structure to the programming. You had a structure on the back end. So I've always had it that way.
Wow, that's amazing. 800.
So when
films.
people
That's
say,
a lot.
"Oh, did you see my movie?" Like, and they ask another program, probably not.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
If you got denied,
But I still go to
boy.
the festivals. Yeah, I mean, I still go to some of the festivals, and I'll still visit, and if there's something I like, I'll pick it up or something like that. But I don't even pick up on my own. I'll talk to someone else.
Wow.
I'll talk to a programmer or whatever. But I'll still, I'll drop by Sundance. I'll drop by South by Southwest.
do they show you love?
Yeah.
Maybe like my man Calixto Chinchilla.
Chinchilla's in the building.
I sit in the back. I really don't. I honestly just sit in the back. I really am not. I'm that person.
How you deal with the fame when it first started popping off with you?
I wouldn't call it fame. I don't think it's fame.
No,
It's
he,
like
he walks in the building. People gonna know you in the film festival.
I don't look at it like that.
No.
No.
Oh shit.
how do you look at it? Though?
Yeah. Regular.
I'm just, yeah.
Just here.
El tigre from the projects.
Pretty much. I'm very much low key in that way.
Okay.
For me, that keeps me grounded. Yes, I get that. I get it. But I think I also limit how much I put myself out there in that. I mean, I decided that really early. I don't need to be in everybody's party. I don't need to be in every carpet. I don't need to be that person. And it's easy to do that.
'Cause I'm pretty sure you get invited to.
You can run this every night.
Yeah.
You can run this every night. And you can, right?
El Tigre, yo, my
I'm
man,
pretty sure
there
that's
was
invited
not
to
an
everything.
event that I hit up where everybody's like, Calixto, where you at?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, I just want to give him my flowers. I'm like, yo, ¿y cuántas fucking flowers you gonna get this?
I'm pretty sure he gets invited to a whole bunch of shit.
You do that, and I decided in my life early on just to have balance. that I didn't want that.
My man said balance.
That takes a lot of.
No, it's true.
Yeah,
like,
takes a
that
lot.
sounds like it would be exhausting to go to a premiere every night or a party.
Well, there's
every night.
that, but you can get high on your own supply. It's easy to do
Absolutely,
that.
yeah.
That too. Yeah, you're right.
And so if you don't protect that, at least for me, then, you know. So I like to, you know, if I go to a premiere, sometimes I'll do something. I get it. But in certain spaces, I'll sit in the back. I'm good money.
What are you excited about?
Oh, there's a lot. There's, you know, I'm still excited at the growth. I still have visions of growth. That doesn't stop.
What would be the next growth?
Well, we've done,
Or
you
like,
know,
what
we
would be
did a
the next
comedy
step?
competition. So we launched this whole comedy program for national, you know, for comics throughout the nation. And that started from nothing. So again, you didn't have a lot of Latino sitcoms on TV. I was like, that's a problem. How do we fix it? So we thought, you know, we went to HBO. We went to the folks at Entre Nos. Shout out to Edwin Leocono. And I was like, let's do a competition. Let's look at new talent. And we've been able to do that for the past couple of years. You know, Ralph Barbosa just won the last one. He's big right now. He's, you know, Dave Chappelle's giving him a lot of love. He's opened some dates. But, you know, again, we've searched around the nation for comics. We give them an HBO special. We give them the marketing. That's something that, you know, you haven't.
That's great.
That's never been, right? And so, you know, it's again, filling the pocket wherever, you know, you see the need. Futuro is one of those needs. We launched an agency 3 years ago. We're nominated for an Emmy this season, so we'll find out.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Congrats.
Awesome.
Shit.
And so,
What's the name of the agency?
Agency Nylff, Agency New York Latino Festival.
Well, we got to put it out there.
Yeah, no, you can see it. It has its own site. It has its own team.
Who do you represent? Or like, what field
So,
of entertainment?
yeah, so we
is it?
do multicultural marketing. We do commercial work. We do experiential activation, digital work, in multiple, you know, cultural spaces. So we worked on films. We worked on the campaign, the COVID campaign for New York City.
Oh, y'all did?
Yeah.
I remember Mike
Wow.
came out in one of those commercials.
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah, Mike Diaz.
Damn.
I don't remember that one.
Shout out to Mike.
We worked on some films. We did Widows. We did Bad Boys for Life.
That's
We
fun.
did some work on Blue Beetle.
Oh, wow.
We have another project that we're about to ramp up now. But again, that's with the same ethos of like, okay, well, we know all these content creators and these photographers and these people. How do we bring them in to projects? If we have the cultural intelligence, then how do we move that to brands? And
Do y'all represent
properties?
designers?
We do whatever. I'll bring anybody in.
Because this is a big gap in my industry.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Between film, theater,
No, I
everything.
know.
There's like no Latinos I can work with. None. So I represent myself.
Good.
With the help of my love.
Shout
over
out.
here.
Drop a bomb.
So yeah.
And if anybody can tell you the way we operate, the way I've always functioned, at least I love bringing people together. I love building teams from scratch. I don't know why, but there's something creatively in that excites me to see what that end product is. And you could be with the same team all day, every day, and I get it. And yes, doing how I do it is a little bit difficult because I get a lot of like, look, so why are you bringing somebody new they never worked with?
Like, this motherfucker don't know shit.
Yeah, why are you bringing somebody that's untested or whatever? And it's like,
oh, me da piques.
yeah, because that was me, right? And so it's
Yeah.
like, well, I need some. Who's gonna give you? Then when do we give each other the shots?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to design on Broadway, but I had to be held with my hand had to be held by a co-designer who was white.
Yeah.
They wouldn't give it to me otherwise, like just me because I have no experience.
Yeah, but you have all the
Untested.
experience in the
But I have
world.
experience. Like I can do the job. So like that
So for me,
just
it's
pissed
that
me
it's
off.
that I was like, well, yeah, let's bring other people in. So we bring in other photographers, we bring in different directors, we bring in different teams, and we worked even on this COVID thing. Like we told the narrative of what the community was going through, and I had new crews every single shoot
Wow.
That's great.
because I know what that can do for that person, that job. You know, you pay them equitable, and it's like I know you're gonna get something else is gonna come off,
Right.
and it's happened. You know, and we do that every which way. We do that in our production. The festival brings in constantly new media teams, new people, new hosts, new everything, like to keep it fresh, but also, you know, again, you put your fingerprints are on it. There's so many people that have been through the things that we have done, and their fingerprints are on the festival, and that's the legacy. That's where you start building legacies. And for me, that's really important, because then that's something you can talk about, and then somebody else can jump in. That's
Given opportunities. It's a beautiful thing.
I like I said from the beginning.
It's a beautiful thing.
For you, yeah.
El tigre está aquí.
Damn.
For everyone.
Here, opportunity.
But I remember you clearly. You were a young guy.
Yeah.
Y que ahora estoy viejo retirado. We're still fucking in this shit, man.
I didn't know you from Adam. I just heard your beats. I knew you lived in the same building. I was like, yo, do you want to do this? And I remember you were like surprised, and you were like,
fuck,
and I'm like, this is for real. But you know what? There's other producers that I come to just like in the same way. And I hit them up, and I'm like, yo, I like your beats. You want to do it? And then some people get really surprised. Some people think I'm fake. Like, not like fake, but like I think when I do it, like sometimes I'll DM people and they think the DM
like,
is fake.
It's a bot. What is it? A
I
bot?
think it's a bot.
It's a fucking
And I'm
bot.
like, no, it's me.
Oh,
like, it's for
shit.
real me.
That's
And
funny.
so you get
Calixto
some of those
Chinchilla.
things.
if you get a DM from Calixto Chinchilla and it doesn't have the bomb after it, then that may be fake.
It's just fake.
I have to have the bomb after it.
But those are the things that still that motivates me. So the agency is one part, and then we just launched, you know, for photographers, we just launched a scholarship, a grant with Shutterstock.
Oh shit!
That we're giving $10,000 each to photographers to help document the Latino experience.
Oh, just in general.
Well, we're noticing in stock photography, again, you see the whole, that a lot of the images that are out there are very, you know, white, safe.
But start
plastic.
taking pictures.
You know, you
not
got images for
multicultural.
days.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He has
And
a
so
huge
if you look at a
stock.
lot of the images that exist, they kind of seem the same and they're redundant, but where's the cultural nuances, right? Where's the multiculturalism of the culture in those images? And so when we had the conversation with Shutterstock, it's funny because they saw what we were doing with photographers, because we had brought in so many different photographers to be a part of our media gang. Even this year, we got these two young people that were part of a Warner Brothers program with the High School for Art and Design. They had never done an event like this. They had never done any, you know what I mean? And again, but they're hella gifted.
Yeah,
and
they
you
just
tap
snapping
in.
away.
Yeah.
And that's where you tap in. It's like, okay, well,
Drive by in there.
I'm gonna take your skill set. You're in high school, whatever. I'm gonna take your skill set and like, this is what event photography is, right? And so,
And what it should be.
what it should be, where you teach them, and they get mentored by the adults, like the more established photographers in our gang, right? And so, you know, again with Shutterstock, it was like that. It was like, okay, well, how do we create this opportunity? They saw what we were doing, and they were like, okay, then help us identify, and let's put some money into their pockets and make it happen.
That's what's up.
So if photographers out there want to get involved, how can they get involved?
They can go to our URL. They can go to our Instagram, and there's a link on the Instagram. There's a commercial.
URL.
I was thinking, this is the Prosecco.
I mean, I was like, yes,
Prosecco.
URL, yes. http://www.
That's the Prosecco.
No, it is, because I haven't eaten dinner yet, and I'm drinking this Prosecco.
We're on the same level here.
No.
We're all
You
a
don't have to
little
go to
fuzzy.
They can go
I
to
thought it was just me.
Oh, no.
I've been trying to keep it really tight this whole time. Like, I'm fine.
Go
No,
to our
it's
Open
URL.
up another fucking bottle.
Go to our URL.
You know, it's just words. Nobody cares.
There you go. There you go.
man.
Nobody cares.
Word.
So
No.
2024.
They can go to our Instagram.
There you
There's
go.
a link, and they can find the link there.
There you go.
So the first
And
one was
it's
from
there.
1999.
Yeah, he's old school.
This one's like
Yeah.
2000.
Keeping it real.
2020.
Oh man.
So 2024 Film
URL.
Festival, Latino Film Festival.
http://
Yes. Yes.
What we're gonna look forward to then next year's Latino Festival, different from this one. Do y'all switch it up?
Wait,
do y'all switch it up or
do you plan a year in
Yeah.
advance?
Yeah, we start probably.
So is it year round for you, or is it
kind of, sort of? I mean, sometimes programs overlap. So, like, our comedy program starts usually like right before, after the festival, you know, kicks off. Shutterstock is already starting now. So, probably like January is when we start looking at content seriously. So, and then kind of production starts creeping in a little bit earlier, and then ideas just kind of come up. You know, we did a block party. We've done a block party for the past.
Shout out to you, man. You keep it uptown.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's hard.
It's hard. Last year was our first time in the Heights. We did the block party in pandemic. We did it as a drive-in, the festival.
Oh, fun.
So we did just big films, right? We did like the marquee films and a drive-in at one of the Yankee Stadium lots. And then we did a block party there on the parking lot. And we had Justin Quiles and Busca Buya and DJ Bembona, I think, did it that year. And then we moved to the Heights. And then we had Afro Dominicano. That was their first big hit.
Great.
You know, I think there was their first appearance uptown in this way, from what I heard. And then, and now they're blowing up. You know, they're doing their thing. And then this year we did it in the rain. We had it tented, but it was crazy because it was packed.
That's great.
In the rain.
That is great.
I don't know if it can survive the rain that we just experienced now.
What day's rain?
But it was pouring down for a minute, and like people just went nuts.
That's what's up.
Great.
It's just that's love. That's love.
The love is real.
El teteo,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
The love is real.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And so, you know, I still, I'm in awe of it. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, the festival's his own person. So it's just, for me, I just operate in that way. I kind of cut myself from it. And, you know, people like him, they come to him every year. They sell, you know, and I kind of look at it like that. As a kid.
You just
Created
walk
that.
around with the walkie-talkie in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Ready to hear problems.
Pretty much.
Do you have a code name for the walkie-talkie? No. No?
El tigre está ahí, dije, ¿qué?
But, you know, we're thankful. The audience, like, it's a group effort, right? And
Are we
so-
going to have a block party next year?
Yeah, I want to do
We
it.
in there.
I thought the acts were really good this year. You had reggaeton, you had R&B, and
Oh,
you had a
nice.
bachata
Oh,
close
shit.
it out. And I thought it was really diverse this year, which is what we wanted. And then next year, you know, we'll see what happens. You know, we got Drake. You know, we'll call him up. Joking,
wow.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Y'all serious?
Okay.
You have the whole
okay, I
heights
think
up
I
there.
heard Drake.
You have the whole height.
Dominican Drake, I meant. Dominican Drake.
Dominican Drake.
So,
Not Drake.
so
Dominican.
Bad Bunny? No, I'm sorry.
Dominican Bad Bunny. I don't know. But you know, I haven't seen you in a minute like this. We haven't had a conversation like this.
Bro, it's been 8. I mean,
Same.
we used to only cross paths when I was chilling on the block so often, and I was making beats with Tone, and I was just there chilling. I'm like, and now you've blown up so much.
But so have you, right? Give yourself some flowers, man.
There you go. Give yourself a bomb.
a bomb.
Bomb.
When I see him on the most recent occasions, I see you, and it like, you know, just quick side note, people will be like, oh, I'm gonna take a picture, right? And they'll be like, and then Calixto's like, oh, let me take a picture with you, and everybody's like, Calixto wants to take a picture with you. And I'm like, yeah, man, we go way back. So thank you very much for being like that. Porque hay mucha gente que son come mierda, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? There is that
Guards
realm.
are up. Like you were sharing earlier, the guards are up. The trust.
The
That's the trust
I
thing.
call it come mierda. But
I literally had to explain to somebody what that meant.
oh.
No, like that's for real. That still
it is.
that exists.
And so it's very refreshing, welcoming, like that you don't walk past me when I see you. Period. And because that's been in all of the events. You stop and say what's up. That's very much appreciated. I've been in rooms where, you know, I've known people for X amount of years, and they'll be like, oh, I didn't see you. I'm like, my man, I'm like the only brother that looks kind of different. And I'm like, all right.
And granted, sometimes I do get foggy, right? And sometimes I do forget some faces, right? And so I tell people to forgive me. There's some people that are not in my cipher like that I forget. And so there's also some grace, you know. But yes, there's come mierda, and then there's grace.
But no, there exactly there is grace, and then
because I had somebody who was like, "Yo, I remember you 1990." I was like, I don't know.
Yes. It's good to see you.
They were like, "You remember me?" I was like, "Not really." You know. So there's that.
How have you been?
Yeah, no, I get that. It was like, but you know, it was moments like that. That whole thing that we did in Dykeman with MRFU, Mr. Fu.
Chop
that
House.
was really Chop House. I got to give them credit. The Dominican Collaborative, everybody who's involved in that. That was
Dominican
really
Collective.
Dominican Collective.
the Chop House, Mr. FU, Natives 1990.
All of it. Yeah, todo. That was really sweet. You know what I mean? And, you know, again, when you're so in it, it's hard for you to stop and, like, look at it. But there's moments like that, you know, I just want to keep going. Those are moments that inspire me.
That evening, I'm not going to lie, like, I never went to a high school reunion, and I've known those people for, like, a few years of that. But I was like, coño, I didn't want that evening to end. I was like, oh, everybody here is so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we had it after some of us split up.
Yeah.
But we went, some of us went somewhere else.
No, gente se fueron all over the place. Yo estaba ahí de que, so are we still chilling here, guys?
But that's what the festival's about. That's the DNA. I don't know the secret sauce, but I think the secret sauce is probably authenticity.
Oh, my man.
That's it.
Another? Yo, with that said, I feel my neighbors itching a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm
Little
starting
by
to feel
little,
that
they
too.
turning it up.
Yeah.
They turning it up a little bit.
So what we're going to segue into is what we call last call for words.
Ooh.
Yo, Gino, how you holding up? You good, baby? All right.
Shout out to Gino.
Shout out to the PR team.
PR
Yeah.
team.
You don't hear the effects going on, but yo, my man, I've been dropping nothing but bombs in this whole fucking episode.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
whole
I'm
different
surprised you're still
experience for
here.
Gino.
Yeah.
So I don't have a camera going that way, but I think you'll be on the other top. All right, so we'll go to the last call for words.
Let them go first. I'll go last.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
so,
go
all
first,
right,
we
so
go first,
we'll go Dre, then Age, and then you. Is that how you want to do it? All right,
Yeah, pretty much.
God, I don't know what I'm gonna say.
It gives you buying time.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm the
I'm
first
nervous.
one. I'll be
I don't know
getting
why I'm
caught.
nervous. Okay.
I'll be getting caught.
URL. That's my word.
URL. I don't know what that is.
I always look it up and I forgot now. Fuck. All right.
Oh no, it was a joke.
I know.
Never mind.
Last call for words. My brother, my main man, Dre Drizzle.
What can I say? It was worth the fucking hurricane to come over here, bro. It was worth it. Your fucking story is amazing. 23 years in. You got one of the fucking coolest names I ever fucking heard.
Thank you.
And keep giving, young people the opportunities you give them, man. You're super humble. I love that about you. And, yeah, hopefully I'll make it to the 2024 Film Festival as an audience, as a guest.
Exactly.
I'm not making
Now, we'll do next year. I'm gonna pitch to him right now. We'll do a Just Words live event at one of the panels.
Yeah, we want to do a podcast next year. We're
Say no more. There you go.
Yeah, William did.
There you go.
The lovely, honorable Lady H. What are your thoughts for today's last call for words?
Tables have been on my mind for like the last few years we've been together. And you are building a table. We want to build a table. And I'm sure in your experience, it's also been words. It's just having agency over our own choices and our own actions, and seeing ourselves in positions of power and positions of control and choosing. And you are doing that, and you're giving opportunities to other people as well. So I have no more Prosecco in my glass, but
appreciate that.
Cheers to you
Appreciate that.
for having made this beautiful big table and giving a seat to everyone. That is a model for us, and thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Clink, clink, clink.
Clink, 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 clink.
I close it off, brother. I can't go.
You
before.
can't?
Yeah. No. It's my show.
No, it's a pleasure to be here, right? I can say that.
I'll give you a ball for that.
It don't have to be that crazy. Yeah, it don't have to be that crazy.
You know, it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to see people that do it by any means. To be in these like spaces like this really inspire me. This whole place, if y'all could see the things that you don't see, this place is really cool. But I'm really proud of this brother here, because again, I remember you, being a young person. You're still a young person, but a younger person. Just driven, man. You were just really driven, suited up in ways I didn't even have the dress code you had. This guy,
and now we're dressed matching
you
together.
Bomb.
He had a briefcase with a composition notebook.
You had a briefcase with a composition notebook?
He wasn't playing no game.
No, he was like, no joke. He went to grandma's house. I know. He went to his grandma's house, like suited up, because his grandmother lived in.
He played no game. Played no game.
But this is how God works, right? Who would have thought? We bumped into each other in the hallway, right? Then you do the score for us. Now I'm here in your show.
Shit. It's a beautiful thing.
Right?
Full circle.
We're still
New
here.
beginnings.
Your skin looks good. You live in a dope ass place.
Oh, shit.
You know? And, you know, it's not just words, it's just facts.
Ooh.
You know?
Is the thing that
Dropping bombs.
So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to Gino, our
Yeah,
PR.
shout out to Gino one more time.
So it came up in the rain, torrential rain,
Torrential
brother.
rain.
I didn't
Brooklyn.
expect to. I
Not
expected
knowing how
to be
he's gonna get
repping
home.
myself today, but he came through.
my cousin over here was thinking twice about coming. And the nigga's like 15 minutes away.
See?
My man over here said, "I don't know, I'm getting home, but I made it."
I made it.
No, he did.
It's always inspiring crossing paths with people that not only have a seated idea, but take that idea and actually not just manifest it, but allow it to fruition. You didn't verbalize it, but there is a certain thought process behind allowing certain energies into our lives. Doesn't matter who they are, whether it's, you know, your parents, your friends, your best friend, whoever. But what mattered most and what matters most is you allowing yourself to see it and follow through with it and say, yo, this is what I want to do. Not only did you do your film, you're like, yo, hold up, fuck the film. I got to build a platform for films like this to actually be seen, be shown, and be experienced. Now, today, there is other people that are doing it, but I don't feel that intention. And their intention is, yo, just to do it and make their money and run. And I'm not speaking about any film festival in particular. I'm just sharing that, like, your awareness and your forethought of saying, like, yo, I can't do this alone. Let me allow myself to partner with a network. Let me allow myself to see that there's more. And now you're here and you're talking about photographers. You're talking about podcasters. You're talking about comedians. Yo, my man, it just goes to show that even within our end game, there's always more room for growth. And that's just all the much more fucking empowering, because we got to at least also allow ourselves to see how little space we've been given. But forget about the space we've been given. It's about how much space we want to make. And, yo, you could have stuck at just films and that's it and call it a day and just done your shit and lived out your life. And nah, you go in that extra realm. I didn't know you were doing the photography thing. I vaguely heard about the comedian thing. And now, you know, you're doing the Futuro thing. And it's like, holy shit, man, you're looking so much further. So, you know, yeah, it's one thing to give the metaphorical flowers, but my nigga, you are doing phenomenal. And I thank you very, very much on some, like, real shit like that, because that's next level. Whoever thought about making a partnership with Shutterstock? Nobody's doing this shit.
All right, thank you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? My man, that's thinking outside the box, and that's being able to identify that there is beyond the box. And that's what's important, and saying like, yo, these four corners and all this shit is just more open and arms open. And, you know, I am so fulfilled knowing that we can reconnect on whether it's through this platform, on many other spaces. But, you know, your efforts, yes, they don't go acknowledged, obviously. But what I'm sharing with you is that you're thinking outside and thinking further. That's fucking significant, brother. That's next level shit. So I appreciate you to the nth degree. Thank you very much for even making the time to come out here. There was a whole fucking storm. Yeah. The city is going on.
You gotta wake this motherfucker up. You're like,
thank you, because
yes, that's true.
Other people
that's very true.
Are making time for you, but my man made time for us.
Absolutely.
Yo, I appreciate it.
You're the man, bro. You're the
appreciate
man.
It. Appreciate it.
So, you know, with that said, man, I appreciate you. You gave us more than your time. Dre Drizzle, yes. Calixto Chinchilla.
You're gonna give me that bomb. I'm gonna download the bomb app.
Oh, shit.
You gotta hear how this sounds on the headset.
Lovely, honorable lady.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's Ron Kane. This is Just Words. We all fucking care, apparently.
We out.
Hey, we out.
That shit was awesome.
Yeah. My bad, man. I didn't want to keep you out of it.
Keep me out.
I was like, it sounds very different when you're there. And with the Prosecco, the sense is getting a little heightened.